So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Morgan Hobson. I am the Global Education Advisor in the CGE at TU. And we're going to do a presentation today on study abroad for ENS students. So how do you go abroad as an ENS student? So the process is pretty simple when you put it into 5 steps, but each step kind of includes, a lot more within it. But the first thing you're going to want to do as soon as that you want to study abroad is that you're going to want to talk to your faculty advisor and let them know that you are wanting to study abroad, especially as engineering or, natural science majors. You have more of a strict timeline and strict courses that you need to take. So the earlier you know that you want to go abroad, the earlier you start planning, the easier it is to fit that study abroad experience into your time at TU. So you'll meet with your faculty advisor, find out which classes you can take abroad and which need to be taken at TU. And maybe work out which semester for you would be the best time to go. And that will be different for every student based on your major, based on what courses you came into TU with, what courses you have left to take, at what point in your degree plan you decide that you want to go abroad. It's very individual. So once you've done that, you can start researching programs on our website at global.utulsa.edu. We have many programs, especially for ENS students. So there's lots of options. If you need help narrowing them down or finding your best option, so maybe you need a certain course, and so finding the program is going to be dependent on the programs having those courses or that course. You can reach out to me. We can meet one-on-one. We can go through your options and see what's available for what you need. And then step 3 is once you've narrowed down your programs and figured out which one you want to apply to, you apply. There are always 2 applications. You apply to TU, the CGE. You have a CGE application. That's basically us giving you permission to go abroad. And then you also apply to the host program that you want to go to. And that's they'll give you permission to come. So 2 applications. Step 4 is to attend the final advising meeting and pre-departure orientation. So throughout step 3 and 4, like the application process, the final advising, the pre-departure orientation meeting, you'll be meeting with me, and any questions or concerns that come up during that time, we'll go over that. So step 5, go abroad. And so besides engineering or natural science students saying like, oh, I don't think I can go abroad because, I have this really strict schedule, or I really need these courses. And the number 2 thing that I get asked a lot is like, how much is it going to cost? Can I afford it? And we really try to make study abroad affordable for TU students. We want it to be an experience that you're able to have. And so for semester study abroad, the financial situation is that you pay your regular TU tuition and your housing abroad. And so any scholarships that you regularly receive, so scholarships, financial aid, unless it stipulates that you have to be on campus here at TU, you take that with you. Most scholarships go with you. There are a few like music or athletic scholarships that kind of say you have to be on campus to fulfill the requirements of the scholarship. If you have questions about whether your scholarships or financial aid would go with you, you can check with financial aid office. They will go through every single piece of financial aid and scholarships that you have and be able to tell you which ones will go with you abroad. And so for most students, the tuition is exactly the same as if they were here on campus while they're abroad. And housing wise, So those costs are going to differ depending on the location that you study abroad in, because, you know, the cost of living is different depending on, you know, the city. So London's going to be more expensive than Thailand, and, you know, vice versa. Travel awards. So there are study abroad specific scholarships available that you can apply for. And so there are a lot of external scholarships that you can apply for, and we have a full list, several pages of scholarships available on our website that you can check out to see if you're eligible for any of them. There are program-specific scholarships. Some programs have their own scholarships that you can apply for as well. And then the CGE has some scholarships. We have one that's the $1,500 Ambassador Scholarship. And so if you apply to one of our exchange programs, if you go on one of our exchange programs, you just automatically get that scholarship. You don't even have to apply for the scholarship. It's just $1,500 automatic. And then the critical need scholarship. And so this is more based on like financial need, and financial aid would have to verify that you qualify for this. So those are the CGE scholarships. So I'm just gonna briefly review some programs. Like I said, we have lots and lots of programs for ENS majors, but I'm just gonna do some brief program overviews for about 3 or 4 of them. And so one is the University College Dublin in Dublin, Ireland. We send lots and lots of students here, not just engineering students, because they're a big university, 30,000 students, biggest university in Ireland. And they have every kind of course available. So say you need engineering and block courses, or you're a double major in engineering and arts and science, and so you just need both. This is a good fit for you because you can take engineering courses and a couple other courses. Universidad Carlos III. So this one is in Madrid, Spain, and this university has both engineering and business. We actually send a lot of business students here, and we sent mechanical engineers here as well, but they have you know, engineering and some biology, chemistry, natural science type courses available. This is all of the courses are in English. I should preface that. You are in Spain, but all of your courses are in English. And you have the option to live with a homestay, which I think a lot of students like. I know one of our mechanical engineering students who went, she stayed with a homestay and she had a really great time. Even though she didn't speak Spanish, she learned some because she stayed with a homestay. So that's kind of a cool cultural experience that's different from some of the other programs that we offer for ENS. University of Auckland. And so this one is in Auckland, New Zealand. It's another really big university, 40,000 students. So like you see, you're able to take a mix of courses and not just constrained to like engineering only, or, you know, chemistry only, or math only, or whatever your major may be. Their calendar is slightly different from ours because they're in the Southern Hemisphere, so their seasons are flipped. So their summer is December and January, so they don't have classes then. So the calendar, like the spring semester is like late February to June, and then the fall semester is late July to November. So that's something to think about. A lot of students really like New Zealand if you're like really into outdoors, and there's lots of nature and lots of really cool kind of nature type things. So Global E3, this is a specific exchange consortium that we are a part of. They have 39 different universities in 23 different countries. And when Dr. McCoy joins us, he will speak about more in depth about Global E3, but it is basically, an exchange consortium that was put together to kind of encourage study abroad or make it easier for engineering and science STEM type students. And they have locations all over the world. We just listed a few here. We've sent students to South Korea and to France and to Australia with this program. And I know we have a student right now looking at the program in Denmark. So it's really kind of neat. And like I mentioned earlier, it is an exchange. So you do get that $1,500 at the end or for going on one of the exchanges. So that's kind of nice. So right now we do not have any faculty-led programs running, but we hope to get back to that in the future. So next spring break this isn't running, but hopefully the year after. And this is a program that we run pretty often. And it is alternative energy engineering in France. And so the faculty-led programs are like a semester-long class where you are taking the class here at TU with the TU faculty, TU students, and then for a week over spring break, you go as a class abroad and you get to go on, you know, like see things in person, kind of like see what you've been learning like in person. And so it's kind of a cool option for ENS students who maybe think a semester is a long time, but I could commit to a week. And the way the finances work with this is that there is a fee that you pay. I mean, you pay your regular tuition because you're taking the course with the other courses at TU, and then there's a fee, and that fee includes your airfare, your lodging, your ground transportation, tours, and some meals. So it's kind of almost all inclusive, and it's really great. So then there's summer abroad, and for ENS students, more likely, if you go abroad in the summer, you're probably taking block or elective credits. There aren't a lot of engineering specific courses offered in the summer. There are some, but they're going to be not necessarily your engineering requirements for your major. They're going to be more kind of like engineering elective type courses. So that's something to think about. The pay structure for summer study abroad is that you pay per credit hour or the cost of the program, whichever is higher. Most students do 3 or 6 credit hours, and so the TU tuition is usually higher than the program cost. So you're able to do bonus time, take some classes that you're interested in but don't really have time in your schedule for, or maybe you've fallen behind on blocks and electives and you can use the summer as time to catch up in your degree. We have programs kind of all over the world for the summer in these countries. I do know in Denmark, Sweden, France, and maybe South Korea. Those are where you may find some like engineering specific or science specific courses in the summer. So that is the end of my prepared presentation. When you're ready to start talking study abroad, like I said, talk with your faculty advisor, get that grad audit. You can schedule a meeting with me. Meetings are virtual right now. I'm working from home, but I'm happy to meet with you virtually and discuss any and all study abroad questions. And if you're interested for summer or fall study abroad of summer, fall 2021, the deadline's March 12th, so still plenty of time. And then for spring 2022 is October 15th. So you'll always apply for study abroad this semester before you want to go. It's my email address. I'm going to do a little plug and ask you to follow our Instagram. It's UTulsa Global Engagement. We have a thing going on right now where if you follow us before the end of November, you'll be entered into a drawing to win $25. And we just have lots of cool content on there. When we have students abroad, they do Instagram takeovers to kind of show you what their life is like abroad. We don't have any students abroad right now, but we are posting about different scholarship opportunities, about different events going on that are kind of globally focused, and also some study abroad returning highlights or program highlights to just hear more about what students' experiences were abroad and learn more about our programs. So I will stop sharing my screen now and open up for questions. So what questions does everyone have? You can put questions in the chat or take yourself off mute, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay. So I'm going to stop recording or pause for now.